Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mara stock chart planning update video. Now before we get started, I want to quickly break down the bigger picture of what this chart looks like so you can better understand what the smaller chart looks like. It will give you guys a better understanding of it. If you are new to the channel, I try to cover this most of the time. And then of course, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my own opinion and how I like to structure my own trades. So what we have here is a bullish structure that's currently in the making. I want to cover real quickly the larger picture of Mara stock since we started so we can better understand so I can better understand or explain to you guys why my bullish estimate or my bull market top estimate for Mara is so low compared to like the last bull market high. And of course, as we all know, Bitcoin, and I'm not even going to show you guys a Bitcoin chart on the bigger picture just because, um, you know, you guys already know that Bitcoin trends higher over time. Ever since it was created, it's had massive fluctuations, but it does trend higher over time, higher highs and higher lows on the bigger picture. Mara, although on the other hand, tends to trail Bitcoin, but on the bigger picture is making higher or I should say lower highs and lower lows. Um, but hopefully we'll see that change. We don't have confirmation of it just yet, but hopefully we'll see that change soon enough in the future once they continue to grow their mining facilities and once they prove how much more sustainable they can be even when Bitcoin continues to have every 4 years. So it can be a very positive thing. Now, before we jump into the smaller structure, let me make sure. Yep, okay, I'm still recording. So, I want to make sure my microphone doesn't run out of battery either. That won't be good. But let's go ahead and focus on the smaller picture. So, ever since late 2022, I've been focusing on a new bullish structure for Mara stock. So, what that looks like is, and for those of you that are not familiar with how I like to structure my Elliott waves, uh, I focus on 5 wave moves up. The entire 5 waves indicates a bullish overall bullish structure or a bullish cycle. And in orange, these are the overall waves. So late 2022, we started and we've had our first, then our second, third, fourth wave, and now we are in the middle of continuing our 5th wave structure. Of course, anything could happen, and if something crazy were to happen and we were to break this 4th wave low, then I'm going to restructure all of this. Although it's extremely unlikely, I really don't think that's going to happen. I'm very confident that it won't happen, but I'm just, keeping things realistic and, letting you guys know that even though bullish momentum is here and it's super strong, anything can happen because Mara is its own individual company. And you know, who knows? I don't anticipate anything bad to happen, but it's always good to understand the extreme downsides, no matter how unlikely they are. But we are on our 4th wave, or we completed our 4th wave, now we're on the 5th wave. Now, every 5th wave has a 5-wave move as well as a 5-wave micro move for every bullish wave within um, the 5 waves. So what that looks like is, as you can see in blue, this is my 5 waves for the 5th wave. So that's how we're breaking it down. And then the white count is just going to be the microwave. So that looks like this, where we have an overall, for the overall 5th wave, we have a first, second, we're still working on the 3rd wave, which I am anticipating will top out somewhere in this um, purple fib area. Once we have that 3rd wave, which will complete the first 5-wave move up. So as you can see, even on this first wave, we've had a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, then a 3-wave move down in the 2nd wave, and now I'm looking at another extended. So extended 5-wave pattern for the third wave. So then it will be a first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Then the fourth wave should also be an extended correction, which will also consist of 3 waves, but it will be an extended 3 waves that's going to last a lot longer, a bit longer than this first to the second wave. And then, of course, once we have the third wave, I'll be able to give you guys a fourth wave estimate. But just for some context, the fourth wave will also be extended, just like the fifth wave is also going to be extended as well, which will end up leading us to at least $45 conservatively. But as of right now, this is my bull market top estimate, which kind of aligns with the descending bull market highs that Mara has been seeing in the past. And I'm very bullish on the stock. I do believe things are going to change in the future, where they're not going to be in this larger downtrend anymore, because they are growing massively, and eventually valuations, their market cap that's going to take effect, and unless they dilute their shares anymore, we shouldn't see that happening. Although a very well-run company, in my opinion, great financials as well. But yeah, so let me jump into the even smaller picture here. Hopefully, I'm not repeating myself too much. Hopefully, I'm very clear with what I'm saying. I tend to kind of mix myself up a lot. But yeah, so we completed, so for this third wave, we have a first, second, third wave, and then the fourth wave might be in, although we'll have confirmation of that once we finally have a sustained break into the blue fib area. This blue fib area is a way for me to determine how strong bullish momentum is for the stock. So this yellow area is my accumulation stage. It's where I look to start opening positions lightly, and then this blue area will confirm depending what price action looks like in there. And once we do have a sustained break in this area, I'll update you guys, and I'll be a lot more detailed on what I'm looking for in there. But as of right now, this is my bullish continuation confirmation. And then, of course, one way for me to confirm that we are starting to move higher after that is that we want to see a break above the swing high right here, which is in green. And then anything over this third wave high is potentially the fifth wave of the third wave, which will then complete the third wave, and I'm gonna start giving you guys an estimate for the fourth wave. Now, just because my purple fib is up here, and this is my estimated third wave high somewhere in this area, of course, it does not have to happen. Technically speaking, this third wave, or the fifth wave that will complete the third wave, is anywhere above this swing high. This swing high right here, right here. Anything above that, technically speaking, that is good enough to start, being cautious that we're topping. But I like to, especially since this is the third wave and a fifth wave, on an overall fifth wave structure, I anticipate this wave will be overextended as well. I believe we're going to have a lot of bullish momentum, and we're going to see a nice, nice pumps. I anticipate this stock is going to fill in this gap nicely. It might be a little choppy as we get into the higher end of it, but I do anticipate, because it is an extended wave that usually tends to overshoot, I personally, and I don't recommend anyone do this, but I'm personally going to be much more aggressive with this stock as we get confirmation that this blue area, is in the past, and we're starting to move higher from that. Just because, again, guys, let me give you guys a quick some context here. So Bitcoin fell recently, and it just retested this orange area down here. But Bitcoin should start moving higher and finally staying above $70,000. Once again, we've been under 70,000 for way too long. We are about to finish. It's July. Yeah, it's July 29th. We should see the price start moving higher real soon. And this line up here, this is my all-time high. line for the stock. And once we finally break over this, that is new all-time highs finally in, and we're so close to it. We are so close to it, and I really believe that I'm not being biased because I like Bitcoin so much, because we can easily see um, you know further price trends into this orange area at a minimum. We can definitely see that, but I do believe it is well overdone that we need to start hitting these highs like soon. It's about time, and I'm I'm gonna start being a lot more aggressive with my Bitcoin trades, just because I really anticipate that it is time to really be longs on Bitcoin. I really do. Of course, I could be wrong, but yeah, no, I'm liking the setup a lot. And of course, if Bitcoin decides to dip a little bit more into that orange area, of course, Mara will dip further into the yellow area, and that's something we need to be cautious about. Um, because if you guys like value gaps, I mean, it depends if you want to consider this a value gap, or then potentially there's no really other value gaps anywhere down here. But if you were to say all of these gaps down here, of course we just filled it. So this could be um, a form of you know liquidity in Mars stock right now to start moving higher. Um, Although that's tough to say, just because it's such a short-term view on it, and it's just a lot of speculation at that point. I personally believe that I'm gonna keep my eyes on Bitcoin as I start determining more that, or convince myself more that it did bottom, or it's starting to also reverse higher, which I do believe we're gonna fill in. There's a very obvious gap right here between the bottom of this candle and the top of this candle right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if at least short term, um, within the next, I don't know, 24 hours or so, we could see a nice like 2.3, 2.5% rise, if before moving down once again, which is very realistic. And even though I'm bullish, I still like to be cautious and understand all the possibilities short term. Um, but I do like Bitcoin where it's at, because it is inside my accumulation area, and even if we do fall below into this area right here, I am still going to be accumulating. Of course, I'm going to be cutting out of any position if it goes against me and it breaks below this 1.618 line down here. That's where I'm looking to sell, and then restructuring my charts, restructuring my trades, and updating you guys on that as well. But because my trading criteria tells me that if we're in an accumulation area, it it's exactly what it's called. It's accumulation area. That's where I start accumulating positions, and then I can start looking for the next levels higher and continue to trade the levels rather than trading the stock price itself. I like to trade levels because it's what keeps my confidence a lot higher, and it's what it makes a lot more sense to me, and it prevents me from overthinking too much. But it's quite simple. I'm looking at Bitcoin when it's discounted, depending on what time frame I'm looking at, when it's discounted or when it's overvalued at the moment. Right now, to me, it's looking discounted, short term and long term as well. But I'm talking about the smaller picture. It does look discounted to me. So Mara reflects that as well, of course. So hopefully this video makes sense, guys. I'm looking to accumulate down here, just because I feel like Bitcoin is well overdue to finally reach all-time highs once again. And then from there, I'm starting to, if that were to happen, of course, I'm anticipating Bitcoin to be trading in this blue area at a minimum. That's where I'm going to be looking to shave off some positions in case we do have a reversal, but still leave some open in case we go higher. Once we have confirmation of bullish trend continuation, of course, it's going to be over this X. That's where or this second wave on this corrective structure, which is represented by X, the letter X, and then of course that's when I'm going to start looking to aggressively begin buying more as I raise my stop loss, and so we can So we can try to capitalize in, in this gap right here as we start reaching our resistance areas up there. I hope this made sense, guys. I'm gonna try to do a MicroStrategy video soon, not today, but maybe tomorrow. I don't post on YouTube every single day, although I try to. But if you guys do want chart updates more frequently, I usually post that on my Discord server, which is free. If you join the Discord, it's absolutely free, completely free, and I usually update on there at a minimum, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. I try to update on there for you guys. Yeah, so yeah, hope to see you guys there. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope I didn't repeat myself too much, but hopefully everything makes sense to you as well on Bitcoin and what these structures look like, as well as for Mars stock. So catch you guys soon and take care.